Okay, so we just got back from seeing the Avengers.
That we did.
It was awesome.
It was fan-fucking-tastic.
You know, some of you may know that before this movie really hit, I had a huge number of misgivings. I was like, oh god, this could go wrong in so many ways. They avoided all of that. And I will say this, in the Avengers movie, you may notice that there is the Hulk movie you've been waiting for.
Yeah. They really, finally they nailed Hulk.
Yeah.
Finally.
Nailed. A lot of people were not sure about the Mark Ruffalo, but I had faith.
I had total faith. This is a dude who normally has a very reserved acting style. And I think he has a reserved acting style, but he also has a sense of humor. And I think the combination of that two is perfect to play Bruce Banner, a character who is trying to reserve his emotions at all times.
Yeah, it was really good. So, why don't we do the opposite of what we did for our Twilight review, which is, in the Twilight review, we accentuated the positive first because it was a terrible movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because this is a really good movie, let's talk about what didn't work.
Okay. You want to go first?
Yeah. One thing that doesn't work about this movie is Captain America. He is the weak link in the acting character chain. That it doesn't mean that he's bad. It just means that when you see him against all the other characters, he serves a purpose, but you don't really... The actor doesn't make you feel it. There are a few times when he does make you feel like he is Captain America, but everybody else makes you feel like they are the character absolutely spot on. So when one's a little wonky, it really shows. You know, it's not that Captain America has done badly. It's that character is really hard to do. And the kind of insanity that was happening in the original Captain America movie, we weren't going to get, because we had to get this completely different style of insanity. And you do have a few points where you're just sort of Captain America feels a little pointless. You know, especially compared to what Tony Stark does, and how his character could have actually his character is good, but Captain America could have been replaced. You didn't actually need him, and that was kind of too bad, because I actually kind of like Captain America.
Yeah, I like Captain America too. I don't know if I completely agree that the actor was doing a poor job or that he wasn't up to par with everyone else. I actually thought he made me believe he was Captain America. But where I do agree is that he was completely underused throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
There were many times where I started to realize, okay, we just got an really awesome Hulk moment. We just got a really awesome Thor moment. We just got a really awesome Iron Man moment. Where's Captain America? And then we got one, but really only one.
Yeah. Are you talking about there's only one God and he doesn't dress like that?
Yeah. that moment.
Yeah.
I guess there's two. There's the moment where he's talking to the police officers and he's ordering them around and stuff.
That felt like Captain America.
Yeah,
but there's a dearth of those moments, considering how often Captain America is on screen. And he is, up until those moments where he is essentially alone, where he's not sharing the screen with anybody. He is being vastly overshadowed by Iron Man, Hulk, frickin' Hawkeye. Overshadowed by Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was badass.
And Hawkeye was great. You know, that little bit that we've seen of Hawkeye before, it was yeah, it's Hawkeye. Yeah, he's over there. Yeah, stuff is happening. No, he brought the thunder on this one.
Yeah, he did. I think this will turn a lot of people around on the Hawkeye character, because I know a lot are he shoots a bow. How cool could he be? No, he could be really fucking
He's really cool in this. I do kind of wish that he had a mask or goggles.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
Just because, but I can, the web shooters, I can let go of that.
Yeah,
I don't need that, but it just would have been nice to see.
I think with the Captain America thing, I think what this movie kind of fell victim to is kind of the same thing that the first all the X-Men movies kind of fell into, where Captain America, much like Cyclops, is essentially the leader, the moral high ground of the case.
Yeah.
But we never see them do that in either of them.
Yeah, in fact, the big moral decision actually is Iron Man's.
Yeah, Iron Man is the one who makes the big moral decision, and he's the one who figures out what to do. And
and I think that was a good choice, but it just kind of makes you go, why is Captain America here?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you want him to bust out with the big America, fuck yeah, you know, like moment. And that doesn't quite happen.
Yeah, he doesn't have like for those of you who have read the Ultimates, he doesn't have one of those like this A doesn't stand for France moments.
Yeah,
like if he had one of those, I think he would have really sold it, but never really got a moment like that.
Yeah, really hard to fight the antagonism between Hulk and Thor.
Oh God, that was amazing.
That was and that has a brilliant payoff near the end.
Yeah, there's quite a few like superhero battle royales in this movie, but the one between Hulk and Thor stole the damn show.
Oh God, yeah. God, yeah. You're just like, yeah, these guys can't actually hurt each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I kind of like the little underlying thing they have going with Hulk, where it's like Hulk like now has animosity towards like the gods.
Yeah.
They look down on him, but he's stronger than them all. Puny gods.
God. Yeah. Puny God. That has got to turn into a meme.
That has to be.
God, it just has to.
That was so
holy
awesome.
Crap. And the problem I think a lot of people in the audience missed it because we were already laughing so hard with Hulk fucking going to town on Loki. You're watching that and you're just like,
oh, by the way, spoilers. Sorry. We're just really excited about this.
Yeah. No, like, it will not ruin the movie to know some of this stuff. We'll try to keep some of the big twists away. But good God, no, just see this movie.
Yeah, just go see it. Ignore everything we're saying. Just go see it for yourself and enjoy it. But if you've already seen it, or if you're on the fence, then keep listening, and maybe the shit will tell you. Will make you excited.
It probably is really telling that most people that I have talked to want to see this movie twice.
Oh, yeah.
And I agree. I completely agree. The other thing I kind of like is, I don't know, we saw the 2D showing, not the 3D showing. So we don't know what the 3D is like. You probably don't need it.
You probably don't. I don't think the 3D. I think the 3D will probably work because there's some really long, steady takes in this movie. So there's not the shaky cam problem you get with some 3D movies, and it's actually a rather bright movie. So I imagine 3D will probably look pretty good, but it didn't feel necessary when I was watching the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, God, is there anything else we could pick on?
I've been trying to pick my brain on something to complain about with this movie, and I can't.
Yeah, it's really hard. It does do this thing that a lot of movies do that I hate when they make the editing really, really, really fast. Mm-hmm. And there were a few times where I lost the sense of what was happening in front of my eyes. And I always have a problem with that.
I think that happened mainly during moments where you were kind of supposed to.
I don't know about that, but it happened. I will say this, despite the fact that happened, the camera does allow you to catch up.
Yeah.
You know, it happens really fast, and then it will like slow down for a couple seconds so you can go, okay, that's Iron Man. Got it. You know, but I do kind of wish that I didn't have to do that.
I only had a couple moments where that happened, and that was mainly like when the war first broke out, and I felt like that was intentional there because you're kind of like.
Yeah, I actually had it in the Hell Harrier scene.
Oh really?
Yeah. Spoiler, like at the Hell Harrier.
I didn't have that at all during that scene.
Really,
I was with everything.
I did. Like when they were cutting between like the 4 fights that are happening on the Hell Harrier, like I lost track of who was who.
Because I actually, one of the big things I want to give him props to is that I never lost my place during the entire scene.
I kind of did.
Which is like compared to like the Hunger Games where like there's like just 2 people battling it out and I'm confused on what's going on.
Yeah. Like it didn't ruin the movie. It didn't even ruin the story. Mm-hmm. But like I did find myself wanting to like go back and go, wait, what? Okay, that guy.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, I can't think of any other bad thing to say about this
anything
movie.
I was ready to complain about, like they kind of answered or they solved, like as it was going on.
Yeah.
Like anytime I'm like, wait, why? How did they have Loki? Why didn't Loki just run away? Oh, he wanted to be there the whole. Okay, so it's just like, there was a lot of that going on. So like the movie was 2 steps ahead of me, and I wasn't expecting that.
It was really well scripted.
Yeah,
it was incredibly well scripted. And
a perfect example of that: the Black Widow and Loki scene.
Oh yeah, Black Widow and Loki. That scene, amazing.
That scene tricked me, and I loved it for it.
Yeah. Although I think my absolute dead favorite thing about the movie was how fucking terrified everyone was of the Hulk.
Yeah, and you should be. You should be terrified of the Hulk because he is the weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah, the minute Banner gets a little bit irritated, everyone's like,
oh yeah, everyone's grabbing their gun.
Oh shit, like he's gonna Hulk out. And they make it perfectly fucking clear that there is nothing you can do against the Hulk.
Yeah.
He's just indestructible.
And I think the moment where you really start to realize that is when Thor's battling out with him. Like,
yeah.
Thor hits him with the hammer, and he just gets right back up, and you're like, oh shit. I haven't seen a movie where I sat there going, oh damn, so much as I did during this movie. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, it just got real. Yeah. It got realer than that. Oh, now it is. This is the realist. No, that's the realist.
Just the image of seeing Thor's hammer come down on the captain's shield and level an entire forest. That was Clash of the Titans.
I liked how they didn't even explain that.
No, they didn't. You just roll with it.
You just knew. You were like. You put it together in your own head. You're like, it's vibranium. It will counter any force given to it. So what happens if Thor hits that thing? Yeah. And you're like, well, now you have your answer.
That was another thing I really liked about the movie. They knew that if they teamed up a bunch of superheroes, there would always be that question, what would happen if so-and-so fought one another?
Yeah.
And if they didn't tackle that question, everyone would be like, oh man, that movie was awesome. But I really wanted to see Thor punch Loki, or not Loki, Thor punch Hulk. And we got that. And we also got Hulk punching Thor, which was one of the funniest moments of the whole damn movie.
Yeah. Wow.
Boom. Fly.
Oh God, yeah. Oh man, I kind of want to. God, what else to talk about? There's so much.
I know, it's just kind of like
so much. Samuel Jackson was amazing.
Samuel Jackson was great because what I love is how they played with. Is he still a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Or is he like a really, really big gray area?
Yeah.
And in the end, you kind of realize, no, he definitely is a good guy. But I love how they played with that the entire.
Yeah.
The entire
he's a good guy who does questionable things.
Exactly.
Which is what Nick Fury is.
Well, yeah,
so
that's
really
always
worked.
been Nick Fury. So they nailed him.
Yeah.
He had some pretty funny ass lines. That line, what was it like? Loki said something about being like the ultimate power or something like that.
Yeah.
And Nick Fury is just all like, well, let me know if the ultimate power wants a magazine or something.
Yeah.
I'm locked in a cage and he just walks away.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that's an exact line, but it had me rolling.
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson was really, 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 really good.
God, she was awesome.
Every time you think she is going to be the typical female character in this story, she turned it around on a dime, and you're just like, that's it. She's just Black Widow.
Well, that's one of the reasons why that whole like Loki and her scene, like really, like that's when that character was sold to me.
Yeah,
like absolutely. There was another moment early on where I was starting to get on board with her, and that's the moment where she picks up her shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, she just gets done wiping the floor with all these books and just picks her shoes up. Yeah. It's like, I love this.
It's like
it's great.
She's a lady again.
But I still fucking love. I love the scene with her and Bruce Banner.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap!
That's a great scene.
Like the thing that is, I don't know if I've talked about this on the vlog before, but there's this thing that you do, a couple of exercises you do in like improv and speaking, which is to learn how status works. And how does status work? Well, the person with the highest status in the scene is the person who is being themselves, but everyone is reacting to them.
Mm-hmm.
And in this movie, you would think that the highest status member would be Nick Fury. No, it's not. It's the Hulk.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, actually, no. More specifically, it's Bruce Banner.
Yeah. Oh God.
Everyone said that. Everyone told the people who had seen this before we did, like, all told us Bruce Banner steals the goddamn show. Yes. Yeah, he does.
Absolutely does. And
wow.
I cannot wait for them to make another Hulk movie with him as Bruce again, because he was great.
Yeah. And the chemistry between all the characters was really
That's part of what made the movie work so much, is that you really understood the dynamic between everyone. Like, everyone had a different dynamic going on. Like, everyone's afraid of Hulk, but Thor can be talked down to by Captain America, even though Thor's a god. But Iron Man can't be talked down to by anyone.
He's actually the only guy. He's the only guy not that he's the least scared of the Hulk, but he still kind of is.
Well, he's the one guy who I think sees that the Hulk is actually a being of good, just trapped inside rage.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else just sees him as the rage, but he sees past the rage, and I thought that was really important for that to be him, because he's the guy who used to be the arms dealer. He's the guy that used to be the shady guy doing all the bad shit. And the only other character that would have been more perfect for was Black Widow.
Yeah, but like that probably would have been a little too, 'twas beauty. The beast
then it would be it'd be too that, and they'd probably go with a love story or something like that, which they never do. I was shocked at that. It looked like they were going to do that with Jeremy Renner and Scarlett Johansson, Hawkeye and Black Widow, but it's more of like a mutual respect.
Like there's definitely like sexual tension between them, but it's not. It never turns into a full blown fucking romance. Which was actually really refreshing.
Yeah. These were soldiers on a battlefield, and they had a war to fight. More important matters.
God, the special effects are top notch.
Oh God, yeah,
top notch.
Hulk has never looked as good as he did here.
Oh no. No. He looks like he is in that scene.
Oh my God, yeah, I was shocked at that. And they had him out in the daylight too.
Yeah.
That's usually where the Hulk starts to falter, is when you throw him in broad daylight. But you have him in broad daylight, just smashing everything in sight, and
it
looks beautiful.
Yeah, really
God.
good.
I can't even think of what the best line of the movie is, because there's so many good ones.
Yeah. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Puny God needs to be in the running, though.
Puny God's definitely in the running, and so is Captain America ordering Hulk to smash.
Yeah, Hulk, smash!
That grin. Yeah. Hulk's grin.
Oh, man. Yeah. God, that was good.
Like, and for the record, I'm coming at this as a really huge Whedon fan, and you're kind of on the fence. With
I'm not on the fence. I go back and forth.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I think that there are a lot of, every time you've got like a really big ensemble cast, I think Whedon is really good, as long as he sticks to what he understands. He understands quite a bit, but every time he goes into an area that he's not really that familiar with, he tends to fuck up big time. Like a lot of you guys know, I hate Firefly. I hate Serenity, because there's no Asian people in it, and yet there's all this Asian stuff in the show. I don't want to talk about that too much, but that was where I felt like Whedon does not understand that kind of stuff, and it's very, very obvious, like, watching that show, having come from it, having been born into that. You're just like, wow, dude, you just don't get this at all. But when he's dealing with what he understands... Oh, another great example of when it just fucking failed was The Dollhouse. I don't care what anyone says. That show sucked.
I disagree. Dollhouse rocked.
Oh, I fucking hated Dollhouse. Like, I was so mad. I'm watching the first episode. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, well, maybe it gets better. Oh, God. I just hate it. Maybe I'm just tired of, what's her... No, I don't think so. No, I don't think I'm tired of that actress. I just hated that show. But anyway, this is the kind of story that Joss Whedon does extremely well, which is a big ensemble team, because the man is obsessed with how people interact with each other.
Yeah, he is.
And if you have like just one main character, all his characters really only have like one, maybe two responses. So when you got a bunch of people together, it works beautifully because he knows exactly which beats are the most important.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's got one where he can decompress a story about a single character, I think that's where he kind of fails. Because he's like, all right, I do trick number 1, I do trick number 2. Shit, I don't have any more tricks. You know, because this character is this kind of character. I think he deals in archetypes a lot.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he plays with archetypes. That's
yeah.
part of what his shtick is.
Yeah, and in the Avengers, that was an absolute asset. You know, I absolutely am looking forward to the second one.
Oh, yeah.
Which
definitely.
they tease, by the way. They tease.
And we won't mention that because...
Yeah, we won't mention that.
That is for you to see.
Yeah. But Marvel fans, there's going to be a point in the middle of this movie where you're going to go, no. Mm-hmm. No, there's no way they're going to bring him into this. They do. They do. I'm sitting there at the first. Okay, this thing has two Ferris Bueller moments. One at the end of the big title sequence at the end, and one at the end of all the rest of the credits. So stay for all of it, because the one at the end of all the credits, best scene in the movie. Best scene in the movie. And it goes on for a good like 20 seconds. And you're just watching it and you're like, this is the most perfect scene that has ever existed. Holy crap. This is everything right here. But the one before that, oh crap, I wish I could just say it, but I probably shouldn't.
We shouldn't.
Yeah, I won't.
We should at least keep that one.
Yeah, but yeah, you're gonna get there and you're gonna be like, no way, you gotta be kidding. You're gonna bring that in? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's there. And I was like, yes. Yeah. I'm glad that they at the end of the story, like they kind of, they didn't break it. They don't quite break up the band, but they do.
They go their separate ways.
They go their separate ways.
Which is going to allow them to do a new movie each for each one before Avengers 2.
Yeah. I think looking forward to Iron Man 3, actually.
Yeah, Iron Man 3, Shane Black, do not disappoint me, man, because I fucking love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, so...
Oh, God, what else to talk about? Oh, I will mention fucking one thing. The promos for this movie could not stop sucking Battleship's dick. Oh.
If you go to see that movie, I am disappointed in you. Just flat out. If you go and pay money, sit down in a theater and bring a bunch of friends and see Battleship, like, knowing full well it's going to be the big turd that it's obviously going to be, I am disappointed in all of you.
Yeah. It's very obvious that all Battleship is one big recruitment video for the Navy.
Oh, one big,
that's all it is. It's funded by the Navy.
Yeah.
And they made that pretty fucking clear in these problems. I'm like, really?
Yeah, funded by the Navy, and oh god, that moment in the trailer where you just slap your head. That was it. From the toy company that brought you Transformers.
The fuck cares? All I could think, there was only one thing I was like, I know it's Battleship, but all I could think of doing was screaming out in the middle of the theater, Hungry Hippos, right?
All right, if you make Hungry Hippos, I'll go see it.
Yeah. I'll see Hungry Hippos in the movie.
Because there's no way you can't make that an over-the-top hilarious movie.
And I think it just needs to be... Actually, I think what you would need to do to make Hungry Hippos is you'd have to get 4 really, really fat actors, or like these rotund guys. Like, it'd have to be like Paul Giamatti and like Chris Farley back from the dead make a movie.
Oh, jeez. Hungry
Hippos.
But God, Battleship, that movie. And I know that new trailer that they showed before the movie, I know that probably sold a whole lot of people to go see that movie because it looked exactly like Transformers.
Yeah,
same monotonous crap.
You go to see Battleship, you are going to be disappointed. I guarantee it. There's no The thing that just floors me is that there's no way that movie could be good. Now, I want to pay attention to what's happening here, people. We're trying really hard to criticize the Avengers, so what do we have to pick on? The promos for Battleship. The movie is that good.
Yeah.
Holy crap. So back to trashing Battleship. Fucking... Well, you're watching these pegs fly around, and they're doing acrobatics. They're spinning around like helicopters. Like, what is happening?
The pegs is their desperate attempt to make a connect to the damn board game.
Yeah.
But then you see those big spinning wheel robot things, and you're just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, what the fuck is this? What?
If you look at those and you said they were awesome, fuck you.
Fuck you, yeah.
Fuck you. Do not see that movie, please. You're giving money to it, and then they'll make more movies like Battleship.
Boris the Spider will hate you forever.
At least that Rock'em Sock'em Robot movie they made, it wasn't called that because it wasn't based on the actual toy line, but at least that movie they made had a plot.
Well, at least it was actually about fucking robots punching each other in the face.
It actually, yeah.
Yeah, this is just like... Because when I play Battleship, or Electronic Battleship, I think alien invasion.
Totally, that's... Alien robots from outer space. That's always what I think of when I think Battleship.
Yeah, like, and I'm just like, haven't we rung this bell enough times in the last 3 years? What the fuck? And there are people like in the... although, there are people in the audience who are like, wow, Battleship. But the most telling thing was somewhere in the back of the audience, there's a little kid. And when the Battleship trailer is done, you hear this little 5-year-old kid go, that looks like a stupid movie. And I was like, God bless you, kid.
That kid's my hero.
You're my new hero. I don't care who you are. You still have to wear diapers. Don't care. You're my hero.
Yeah. Another trailer we got the Amazing Spider-Man trailer. I'm getting more and more sold by it.
I'm getting less sold by the Amazing Spider-Man trailer because... That second one they did, I really liked because I was like, oh, okay, it's going to be Spider-Man doing Spider-Man-y things. Mm-hmm. You know, he's going to be quipping and telling jokes. And now it's very obvious that what they're doing is they're doing the whole, you don't know your father, Peter.
Basically, like, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah. Which I would have been fine with if this was honestly the first Spider-Man movie. And at the same time, it doesn't even look like a real reboot. Like, it looks like they're just going on, kind of.
The fact that he's still really in high school kind of kills that. Cause...
that's a good point, but at the same time, they make it look like Spider-Man has been around for Spider-Man's going to have been around for a while at the beginning of this movie.
Oh, I am curious of how if they're actually going to go through the origin thing, or if it's going to be like Tim Burton's Batman, where he has been around for a while, but we kind of learn a little bit about his origin.
I'd be okay with that.
Because if they are doing his full-fledged origin, that means Spider-Man's going to lose at least 2 father figures in the course of one movie. That's going to be rather depressing.
Yeah, and I'm a little... They can't do it, but you know what would make the Amazing Spider-Man for me? If fucking Kitty Pryde showed up.
Oh God, they can't do it.
They can't do it. But
and why is she Gwen? I know that they're trying not to do Mary Jane again, but that woman was bored to play Mary Jane.
Yeah. You see pictures of that woman, and then you see pictures of Ditko's original Mary Jane drawings, and you're like,
yeah.
What? Why is the woman who looks exactly like Ditko's Mary Jane playing Gwen Stacy?
Just because they didn't want to do Mary Jane over again. That's the sole reason, probably.
Yeah, and I have every faith that she's going to do that part well.
Oh, she will. She's a great actress.
She's a great actress. But at the same time...
Actually, most of the cast I have pretty good faith in. The guy playing Captain Stacy, I love that dude.
Yeah. I still... Although the funny thing is that, like, Peter... is Uncle Ben, or is it Peter's dad who's played by... Martin Sheen?
That's Uncle Ben.
That's Uncle Ben? Okay, yeah.
I don't know who his parents are actually played by, because I don't think you actually see their face.
Yeah, although I felt a little weird, because I've been watching so many bad movies. We see Uncle Ben, and I was like, Joe Estevez! I was like, no, wait, Martin Sheen. Sorry, people. Sorry, everybody. I know you don't care who Joe Estevez is, but that was almost extremely thrilling for me.
Yeah.
Actually, I actually think that Joe Estevez would make a really good Uncle Ben.
Yeah. There's one thing about the trailer that is kind of like making me go, eh. And that's that you can tell this is a Spider-Man movie post Batman, and that's pissing me off.
Oh yeah, God.
Because as
it's got that same fucking like color design and fucking lighting as that all the promos for that Zack Snyder fucking Superman movie, which I am predicting complete fucking suck on. Yep. Oh man, I could fucking hit a
you
high
got this
note.
recorded now, so if that movie turns out to be awesome, I'm gonna laugh.
God. Fucking like I want that movie to be good. I want to be wrong, but god damn it, I'm like Zack Snyder. Hey, he's directing a superhero movie, and I'm thinking The Flash, right? I'm like, Zack Snyder, The Flash, that'd be amazing. And it's like, no, Superman. I'm like, wait, what? You know, because he does manly things, and I'm like, no, that's not Superman at all.
Would you see a Zack Snyder Aquaman movie?
Yes, I would see a Zack Snyder Aquaman movie.
Fucking with a trident.
Crap. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Then he could
This is Atlantis.
with fun hitting the dude with a killer whale. Oh my god, yeah, no, I would see Zack Snyder Aquaman. Yes, absolutely. Holy crap. And then he could have Aquaman all his muscles, so Zack Snyder can get that mangasm that he seems to love to have.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone, I don't care if Zack Snyder ever says that he's 100% straight, he's a liar. He's a liar. He is at least a little gay. And just a little. And that's why he should do Aquaman.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Or the Submariner.
Yeah, Submariner would work
I'd live
too.
with the Submariner.
Submariner would work too.
Yeah, God, man.
I don't think Marvel will ever make a Submariner movie. I know they've tried, but I see Aquaman being made before it.
Yes. Yes. I want that to be like the surprise hit of like the
Submariner.
Yeah.
The Submariner comes out of nowhere and is the best superhero movie ever made.
Yeah.
I will eat my boot.
Oh man.
But yeah, my thing about the Amazing Spider-Man, like where it's clearly post Batman, it's not just because of the way it looks, because it looks really like it's shot really dark. They still have him quipping more often, which I like, but it's shot really, really dark, and as a result, Spider-Man looks like even more emo than he did in the third one. But the other thing is that they show a lot of footage of like police officers trying to hunt down Spider-Man, like we see Batman have to deal with all the time.
Yeah.
Like the SWAT team are like coming up the floors to get him and stuff like that. And I'm just like, do we need this for a Spider-Man movie? Like,
Yeah.
Do we need the whole police force is against him again? Because we got that with Batman and fucking. And that's another story, Batman.
And which brings us to Batman.
The
Dark Knight. Yeah, no. Wow, Dark Knight, you're gonna have to bring the thunder to be better than the Avengers. And right now, even with the things that look like they're gonna do really well, this looks like basically a repeat of the two.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with The Dark Knight Rises right now, is that it feels like The Dark Knight 2.0.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really tired of them always doing terrorists. I would like a different kind of villain for Batman at least once. Because Bane just looks again like, oh no, he's going to cause destruction. He's going to shake the foundations of the government, blah, blah, blah. Just like Joker. Just like Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah. Oh.
But I do like the dynamic they're building with Catwoman, because that will bring something a little different.
Yeah. Although it feels a little weird that they're like, end of the saga, and now they're introducing Catwoman.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, what? Like, shouldn't you introduce her a little? Isn't she a bit more integral to be bringing in right at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
But Anne Hathaway, I have total faith, will knock that role out of the park. She seemed kind of.
Yeah. She looks like she's doing it.
Though I will say this. Because Nolan goes for like the super gritty and realistic look, especially with his last one, when Batman actually shows up on screen, I started laughing.
Yeah, me too. Like you see this trailer and you're like, and here comes Batman.
Because Batman looks so silly in the super gritty crime drama.
Yeah. He looks fucking stupid.
I know people disagree with me with this, but when I see like Tim Burton's aesthetic from the original Batman movie, I buy Batman in that world.
Yeah, it all fits together, you know.
But like Batman shows up.
You know, all right. I'm sure a lot of our fans also watch Atop the Fourth Wall.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know there's this one episode of Atop the Fourth Wall where he does a Batman comic that is basically Batman versus music.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called it's like the Ungrateful Son or the Privileged Son.
I don't remember the name, but I remember that episode.
Look it up. It's so basically there's a point in that comic where Batman is revealed and Linkura opens it up. He sees the picture of Batman and starts laughing uncontrollably. That is what happens in this Dark Knight Rises trailer. You see Batman, you're like,
yeah, because
that guy looks like an idiot.
He just looks so out of place and silly in the costume.
Yeah,
with everything else surrounding him. I do like the Batwing. That looks pretty cool. But
yeah.
But him.
But I think I would have been a little bit happier if the Batwing actually looked like a bat.
I've been arguing that since the beginning.
Yeah,
I want the Batmobile to look like a bat again. I want the plane to look like a bat, but no, they have to look like armored assault vehicles because that's more realistic. Which is another reason why I really like this Avengers movie is they said fuck it with realism. We're doing comic book logic.
Oh yeah. No, there are times when you're like, there's no way Captain America would have survived that. But you're like, whatever, I don't care. It doesn't matter. You know, like, what, hit him again, Iron Man. Like, man, Jesus Christ, Iron Man takes some fucking punishment.
Oh, God. Iron Man should, like, have no bones. Like,
yeah, he should just be jelly in that thing. They should open up that thing and it should be like, oh, Iron Man, you saved the day.
I half expected when they did that whole, that montage of them, like, going their separate ways. Like, I have expected him to be sitting there in, like, one of those wheelchairs with, like, a full body cast.
Yeah.
And, like, Pepper, like, feeding him, like, cat food.
That would have been pretty good. Although we couldn't have gotten that awesome scene at the end of the credits.
That's true.
Couldn't have done that. Actually, maybe we still could have, but
maybe in the Thor. Sorry, we don't want to talk about that. We
won't spoil it. Yeah, that's no. It's not. It's not the plot of this movie that you need to be unspoiled on. It is the lead up to Avengers 2 and the thing at the end of the credits
and the Easter eggs because this movie's full of them.
Oh yeah. It's got a ton of them. Oh, man. Man must pick on something. Loki was a pussy.
Yes, but he's always kind of a bit of a pussy.
Yeah.
Loki's whole thing is that he tricks other people into doing stupid things, but when he's actually put in a fighting situation, he's kind of a wuss. Yeah. But at the same time, when he's facing, like, normal humans and stuff like that, he kind of kicks ass.
Yeah. Yeah, like I did kind of appreciate that like the three, well, technically two normal people, Black Widow and Hawkeye. No, they can't really touch Loki. You know, that was kind of nice. Like they try, but they just can't. And even like Captain America has a really hard time.
Yeah.
Only thing that can stop Loki.
The only people that really like stand toe to toe with Loki are Hulk and Thor.
Yeah.
Iron Man only does when he's teaming up with Captain America.
Yeah.
So I think we've kind of said all we have to say.
Yeah, I think we said all we need to say. So we're gonna sign off, and we'll see you at the movies.